The sun had begun to set behind the clouds, casting a soft orange glow through the windows of Professor Jungkook's house. The cozy warmth of the living room contrasted sharply with the tension hanging in the air. Professor, I am here. Should I set up in the study? One step in placing her bag quietly on the table. Wine wait. He appeared in the hallway, voice tight. His lips were rolled up and his hair was messier than usual. Give me a moment. Is something wrong? She took a step forward, instantly sensing his unease. You look stressed. It's Yuri. He rubbed the bridge of his nose, his tone softer now. She's crying non-stop. She's not sick, but she's been different today, clingy, emotional. Oh no, she immediately looked towards the hallway, concern clouding her features. Is she okay? What happened? She is asking for her mother. His voice dropped lower, almost a whisper. She hasn't asked like this in a long time. Not like this. Can I help? Her chest tightened. She knew enough about Jungkook's past to understand. I don't know. She is being really stubborn this time. He sighed deeply. She locked herself in her room, keep saying she wants her mom. And he hesitated. She never really knew her mother, not truly. She left right after Yuri was born. I am so sorry. Her voice softened as she stepped closer, but she is just a child. Maybe I could try talking to her. Let me talk to her. Maybe she will listen to me. She gave a soft smile, her heart aching. She likes me, right? She does. She really does. He signed, finally nodding. All right, she is in her room. The door to Yuri's small bedroom cracked open. Yuria. She peeked inside, eyes falling onto the little girl, curled up in bed, face hidden in her arms, shoulders trembling. It's me, sweetheart. It's Mayan Uni. She walked in slowly and sat on the edge of the bed. Can I sit with you? Yuri peeked out, eyes red and puffy. As soon as she saw Mayan, her tiny body launched forward and threw her arms around her. Oh my baby. She pulled Yuri into her lap and held her tightly. You are safe. I am here. No more crying, okay? From the doorway, Jungkook silently watched them, his heart clenched. He hadn't seen Yuri settle like this with anyone but him until now. With a quiet sign, he turned and left to prepare her something to eat. I want a mommy. Her voice was barely audible. Someone who can take care of me and daddy too. Maya's heart broke in pieces. She gently brushed Yuri's bag from her forehead. You want someone to love you and daddy? She softly asked while Yuri nodded. I do. My classmates said I am weird because I don't have a mommy. What? She pulled her closer, protective instincts rising. They said that to you? They said, Mommy's come to school and mine never does. I didn't know what to say. Yuri sniffed. Midwi's heart clenched. Well, next time you tell them something different, okay? What should I say? You can tell them you do have a mommy. She smiled softly, brushing Yuri's tears away. You can call me mommy. Yuri gasped softly, blinking at her. Really? Can I? Her doe eyes sparkled, and it was the first time Vian saw that shine. Of course, baby. She kissed her cheeks. You already feel like mine anyway. Yuri smiled a small, pure smile and hugged her tightly. Oh, baby. She kissed Yuri's soft cheek, voice trembling. You are such a brave girl, so sweet and smart, but when you cry like this, it makes daddy sad. You know that? I don't like making daddy sad. She sniffled, wiping her tears. You are a good girl. Don't let the sadness win, okay? She smiled gently. Promise me? Promise. One smiled just as Jungkook returned with a bowl of warm porridge. Will she eat? He raised an eyebrow. She will now. She took the bowl from him and started feeding Yuri spoon by spoon, whispering stories between each bite. After Yuri fall asleep with a soft sigh, clutching one scarf like a safety blanket, one carefully laid her down and stepped out to start her studies. The next day, Jungkook had no choice but to bring Yuri with him. After her kindergarten ended early for a cleaning day, he hadn't planned on this, but he had a class schedule and no one to watch her. She clung to his hand quietly as they entered the campus hall. Every student looked at them with adoration. That's his daughter. She is so cute. But where is her mom? No one had answered. The story of Jungkook's wife had always been a mystery. No one knows about his wife. Everyone had heard about Professor Jungkook is a married man and he is a father, but no one knows anything about his personal life. The lecture hall buzzed. with loud chatter as students settled into their seats. It was Professor Jungkook's afternoon lecture, advanced lecture. Everyone knew him as the cold, distant professor who never smiled much unless his daughter was around. I heard he has a kid. She's in his office. Yeah, he bought her once and she is here today too. Cutest thing ever, but no one knows about her mom. Probably not in the picture. He never talked about her. Meanwhile, Van sat quietly in the middle row, trying her best to focus on Jungkook's lecture, though her heart raced for other reasons. She had been to his house the night before. She had held his daughter. She had been called mommy for the first time. Still, no one knew. Jungkook stood at front, backstage. As I was saying, literature doesn't just reflect human emotion, it demands we confront it. He reeled off, his chalk pausing mid-sentence on the board. Suddenly, the classroom door burst open with a loud bang, and all had turned. There she stood, Yuri. Her cheeks were red, her eyes glossy with fresh tears. A staff member stood behind her looking apologetic and helpless. I'm sorry, Professor June. She was looking for you. She will not stop crying. But before Jungkook could even move, Yuri's teary eyes gazed locked onto wine. Eomma. Her small voice rang out like a bell in the stunned silence of the room. The student froze while Yuri ran. Her tiny feet pattered across the floor as she threw herself into Ryan's arms. The world around them melted into whispers and wide eyes. Did she just say mommy? Wait, Ryan? Is she married to Professor June? That's his wife? No one even knew he was married. Ryan's heart thudded violently in her chest. She caught Yuri on instinct, kneeling down to hug her tightly. It's okay, baby, I am here. Her voice shook slightly, but she kept smiling for Yuri's sake, while Yuri clung to her neck like a baby koala, sniffling against her shoulder. Meanwhile, Jungkook stood there, froze, confused, watching his daughter. When his cold voice sliced through the buzz in the room. My office now. Vine looked up, panic flickering in her eyes, but she nodded wordlessly. Nothing mattered more than Yuri right now. With the child still clinging to her, she carefully stood and began walking out, while behind her the murmurs turned into full-blown speculations. Vine sat on the chair in Jungkook's office. Yuri still curled up in her lap, much calmer now. Jungkook closed the door behind him, his expression unreadable. He didn't speak right away, just stared at Vine holding his daughter, at the child, who had called someone else Oma, in a full of strangers. What happened? I don't know the full story. She came into the classroom crying. She looked down at Yuri and gently brushed her hair back. Baby, can you tell Daddy what happened? Yuri sniffled and turned her head towards Jungkook. Some girls asked me why I don't have a mommy. They said they never saw her. I didn't know what to say, but I remember what Vine said last night, that I could call her mommy. Vine looked up slowly, her voice soft. I didn't mean for it to happen like this, but when she asked me, I couldn't say no. She was crying. She said she wanted someone to love both of you. Jungkook sat down heavily in the chair across from them. His jaw clenched, but his eyes were soft and torn. She never calls anyone that, not even by mistake. I wasn't trying to step into something that wasn't mine, but she is attached to me and I am attached to her too. There was a long pause, then Jungkook leaned forward, resting his elbows on his knees. She told me kids in school bullied her, said she wasn't normal for not having a mom. She looked at Yuri, then back at Jungkook. She cried so much last night asking why she couldn't have a mommy, and you told her she could call you that. I didn't want to overstep, but yes, I told her she could. I just couldn't see her hurt like that. She hasn't called anyone that since she was a baby. He walked over, voice softer now. Only once when she was learning to speak. After that, never again. You know, my wife left 4 years ago. She gave birth and walked away. Said she had dreams, wanted to become a model, travel, and be free. You raised her all alone. I know. Jungkook nodded. I didn't. I told myself I will never get involved again. No woman in her life, no confusion, no more hurt. He looked at her, really looked at her, the way Yuri's arm circled Vine's waist, the way her tiny hand was tangled in Vine's shirt like she belonged there. But I think I was wrong. Vine's breath caught in a thread. She chose you, Vine. She trusts you, she loves you, and he looked down, voice quieter. I think I do too. Vine's heart raced, her eyes widened. Jungkook stood up and stepped towards her, slowly, hesitantly. I don't want to fight it anymore. Vine smiled heartful as she looked from him to Yuri. Jungkook stepped closer, his voice breaking past the wall he had carefully built for years. Think about this again, Vine, because we can't afford another heartbreak. You still have life and choices. I don't want you to breathe them and regret later. Vine's heart clenched, her eyes filled with tears. I didn't plan any of this, but means the world to me, Professor. I cared about her more than I have cared about anything in a long time. Her eyes were sincere, glassy. And I have cared about you long before I have met Yuri. You do? He asked shockedly. I just never said anything. You were my professor. You were untouchable. She looked down. But then I saw you with her. I saw the man you are. I know how it feels when you don't have anyone by your side and you have to face everything alone. Her voice cracked, but she didn't let the tear slip down from her eyes while Jungkook listened to her. I always wanted a family after my parents died. I felt the emptiness, the loneliness nights, and maybe that's why I felt Yuri's pain because I still want someone to take care of me when I feel down and when I feel sick. I feel happiness when I found you and Yuri, and I don't want to lose both of you. Jungkook's eyes softened, his sweat tightened. Do you know how many times I wanted to reach for someone, but I didn't because I was scared? He looked her in the eye. Yuri's not the only one who's found peace in you. Then let's stop running from it. He leaned in, gently brushing a loose strand of her hair behind her ear. Then stay while in our lives as her mom, as something more. I'm not going anywhere. Professor Junk let out a small chuckle. Now, don't call me that, Vine. You can call me by my name. Vine nodded with a shy smile. Let's be what she needs. She looked at the small figure while Yuri looked up, small and sleepy. Mommy, Daddy, can we go home now? Yuri mumbled, and for the first time in a long time, Jungkook didn't feel cold and alone anymore. The three feel completed by having each other.